Friends, today's of course GK questions, in fact the current affairs. First question like this: who is the new Chief Minister of Bihar? You are going to get the answer. And Puttanadu is the new year of which state? That's of course this type of questions you can have. Baisakhi is primarily celebrated in which state? At the same time, yeah, all the questions I'll explain you, my friends. Just follow my channel, observe the chart. This is what all the questions here. This is a first MCQs, then I'll explain you the complete details. First of all, the example, the questions are like this. I'm going to give you these many questions, my friends. Observe all the questions, very important current affairs. Now, and before starting this example, this is what Bohag Bihu is celebrated in which state? Puna Sankranti is it? That is what actually, I'll tell you all these things here. Basically, friends, go to this one here. Now, this is the information which I'm going to tell you today. Right? Baba, please observe the first point. Don't miss. Every point is important for our exam. Be cautious. And every word which we mentioned is very important. Just go to the first point here. Delhi Dehradun Economic Corridor. You know, this is of course yesterday our wonderful Prime Minister Modi inaugurated this, my youngsters. So yeah, the Delhi Dehradun Economic Corridor inaugurated by Modi represents a major push towards high-speed connectivity and regional economic integration. The corridor passes through, this is very important please, Delhi, UP and Uttarakhand beta, and is expected to reduce travel time between Delhi and Dehradun from over 6 hours to approximately 2.5 hours. Even this point I've mentioned yesterday also, my youngsters. Right? At the same time, a specific point in this case beta, one is Asia's, one of the Asia's, you can say longest, this is PDF, one of the longest in Asia. That is what you call a notable environmental feature is 12 kilometers elevated wildlife corridor. Right? Even in this passage, what you can find, the project is not just a transport upgrade, but a strategic economic intervention. It includes multiple interchanges, railway overbridges, major bridges, and roadside amenities, thereby improving logistics, efficiency, tourism, and trade. You know, that is what actually the major point in this case is especially designed to reduce human-wildlife conflict, that is 12-kilometer elevated wildlife corridor, please. Very interesting point in this case. There is a chance of asking. Because in our MCQs, Pakka, I'll ask these two questions in this case. Just go through this and tell me the answer immediately after completion of this discussion, the analysis, right? Then second question is very important point. Yes, it's a very great point in this case. Yeah, that is pumped storage hydropower. Pumped storage hydropower. The inauguration of India's first 1000 megawatt variable speed pumped storage plant in Tehri highlights advancements in renewable energy integration. Then, beta here the next, of course, pumped storage system act as energy reservoir by storing excess electricity during low demand and releasing it during peak demand. This is a major point. Of course, there is a chance of asking in science and technology point or economy point. Anyway, there is a chance of asking in this beta. Infrastructure, of course, we have. So be cautious. Very interesting point. Pumped storage system. Of course, I have taken the MCQ also. There's don't worry. Pumped storage systems act as energy reservoirs by why? Storing excess electricity during the low demand. Example, in peak season. In summer, we need more, and in winter season, of course, this is what the demand for at the time you can say less. Then what actually happens? It stores that one. That's a major point. And releasing it what? During the peak demand beta. This is a major point of piped storage hydropower. Major, of course, it is a 1000 megawatt variable speed pumped storage plant, please. It's India's first, my dear. Right? In Tehri highlights, in Tehri, of course, you know that is highlights advancement of renewable energy integration better. You know Tehri Dam? Yeah. This is crucial in the context of increasing renewable energy penetration, especially solar and wind, which are intermittent. Variable speed technology enhances efficiency and grid stability, making it a key component of India's energy transition and commitment to sustainable development. But this polity and governance, I think, you know, the total discussion in all, of course, newspapers, at the same time, the news channels, especially focusing on this. This is even, I have covered yesterday also, Women Reservation and Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam. Right, Baba? And tomorrow onwards, that is 16th of April. Tomorrow, the special session especially, you observe, of course, watch that complete you can get very wonderful information that. Yes, the proposed constitutional amendment under Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam aims to strengthen women's representation in legislative bodies. Remember, in legislative bodies, that is what you can say. We can have union legislature, that's Lok Sabha. Remember, this is also known as what, beta? Lok Sabha, also known as what? Yes, House of People. You can say lower house. So these many names are there, beta. And we are focusing on, please remember, we are talking only Lok Sabha point of view. There is no question of Rajya Sabha issue in this tomorrow's bill, remember. Because of, we have only 250 in Rajya Sabha as of now. That's not going to be in this particular case. But point is, seats point of view. In fact, you can say, but in the point of reservation, definitely there will be. That's we have to get within 2 days, we'll get the complete picture. But Lok Sabha seats are going to be increased. That's, it is implementing from 2029. The government, this is what envisions that by 2029 elections, women's reservation could be fully implemented. This reform is significant for deepening democracy, improving gender representation, and ensuring inclusive policy making. Example, the involvement of women in certain policy making, of course, their participation, their ideas, even their arguments also are very crucial for this country's development. Almost a very long time, the women almost waiting for this actually. It's a great moment in India. Within just hours of time, tomorrow you're going to this one bit. At the grassroots level, initiatives like self-help groups and Lakpati Didis are cited as examples of economic empowerment translating into political participation. As of now, they're fully participated. They're participating in economic activities, whereas now in political participation. That's a very important act called as, what is that? Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam. But now, very first time actually happened in the Bihar concept. Bihar political developments, it's very important point. Of course, the very first time, Bihar Chief Minister is going to be the Chief Minister for Bihar state. Right? That is what I have mentioned here. A major political transition is underway in Bihar, where Nitish Kumar resigned. You know that one, paving the way for Samrat Chowdhury to become the first BJP Chief Minister of the state. Now, tomorrow onwards, whenever the question comes, who is going to be? Of course, definitely the name I am telling that. Tomorrow, of course, this is what you say. Who is the new Chief Minister of BJP? This is what you can say, Bihar BJP Chief Minister. Or you can say, who is the new Chief Minister of Bihar? You can say that Samrat Chowdhury. Samrat Chowdhury, and he is the first BJP Chief Minister in this concerned state, my youngsters. Yes, this shift reflects evolving coalition dynamics and highlights the role of legislative party leadership in government formation. It also signals a significant realignment in Bihar's political landscape, which is crucial for understanding federal politics and party strategies. So this is what you can say. In this particular case, we have to remember, till date, he is the longest served Chief Minister, right? Is Nitish Kumar in Bihar. So now the next is what you say, please. Samrat Chowdhury is going to be the new Chief Minister. Now, beta, it is very important point in this case. Elections in West Bengal and Tamil Nadu. I think, we have two phases in West Bengal. That's on 23rd and 29th, well. At the same time in Tamil Nadu, only just single phase, beta. So that's what actually you remember. And Election Commission, this is a very important point. Election Commission's ECINet app enabling access to candidates' affidavits reflects digital transparency in elections, an important governance reform. What is this? So in this ECINet, you can get complete picture. But you remember, example, the affidavit is what? Nothing but what's the candidate's number of cases filed on him, the assets, everything you can get about this concerned candidate if you want to know through this app better. That's called as ECINet. ECINet. I'll, of course, in objective bits, I've covered many questions upon this one. So let's wait and see all the concepts here. Now, the point is very important in the internet. Every day it's a burning issue. That's what you call here Strait of Hormuz. Strait of Hormuz is a major issue now. Of course, unfortunately, the Donald Trump, yes, he blockaded, of course. But luckily today, there's a big development in newspapers and news that Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister of India, our wonderful Prime Minister, spoke to this fellow. A key geopolitical development is a discussion between Donald Trump, US President, and our wonderful Prime Minister Narendra Modi regarding the security of the Strait of Hormuz. It's a 40 minutes discussion, my youngsters. Right? Why it's very critical for India? It's very critical for India because the state is very critical even for global receptor for ourselves. Because of what? Critical global oil transit choke point. Any disruption can impact global energy markets and India's energy security. Please remember, in the point of India, this is a very serious issue, beta. Despite tensions, India has maintained stable supplies of LPG, PNG, and CNG, demonstrating resilience in energy logistics, my youngsters. But as of now, we have very fantastic thing. Of course, government is maintaining. There's no, of course, there's some time delay in LPG or something like that, but they're maintaining certain gap. But point is, as of according to my knowledge, there's no problem for this petroleum and all applications. Now, simultaneously, diplomatic engagements involving Iran, Israel, and Lebanon reflect efforts to stabilize the region. The US naval blockade of Iran, in fact, very bad thing this is. The US naval blockade of Iranian ports, criticized by Iran at the United Nations, raises concerns about sovereignty and international maritime law. See, this is what actually, I have this one more question upon objective point. This, please remember, this you have to give me the answers immediately after completion of this analysis, please. So this is what it's quite different from other people. The people, something, they can focus on analysis of the newspaper and something like that. But I've taken differently, and immediately we have designed multiple choice questions also. So please, this is very important to observe my videos, and at the same time even subscribe to my channel. And those who are willing to join our program, of course, you most welcome, better. You join, of course, the extraordinary event. We have UPSC Prelims Services, preliminary examination, and mains, you can say PCM, and CLAT exam. This is CLAT, law entrance examination, different law entrance exams, law, you can say AILET, you can say SLAT, right, Maharashtra set and LAWCET, any entrance exam you take it, of course, most welcome to my place. And we have, of course, IAS program also that you know well. Then come to the point here. Refugees crisis and maritime tragedy. This is what tragedy. Very, of course, some people die. That's, that is the, yes, I'll just go through this one here once. Let me 1 second here. Yes. The capsizing of trawler in the Andaman Sea with around 250 people missing, including Rohingya refugees. How many people is? 250 members. Highlights the ongoing humanitarian crisis. The incident underscores the risks associated with the irregular migration driven by displacement, poverty, and lack of opportunities. It also reflects challenges in maritime governance, human trafficking, and refugee protection. Key topics in international relations and ethics is a very important point, please, for our UPSC mains point of view. Be cautious. Now, beta, economy and financial developments, how it is that? Wonderful thing, you have to remember that, because even the IMF, our, of course, Indians concept, of course, we have to observe this is a very point. According to the IMF, International Monetary Fund, India's economy is projected to grow around 6.5% despite global uncertainties, because we have wonderful domestic demand is there, beta. So that's a major reason. Now, this is a simply IMF is forecasting this is a very wonderful growth is there in India. That 6.5% is not a small number, but this indicates macroeconomic resilience supported by domestic demand. I mentioned that domestic demand, infrastructure investment, and policy stability. Because if you go to any part in this country, somewhere some development will definitely there. Therefore, infrastructure, there is a rail connectivity. College, what you can say, you just observe that very fast development in the point of rails, roads, right? You can have this one, what do you call? Even every local trains point of course, right? Every development is there. Therefore, that's a big development. Infrastructure investment is pakka. Next beta. Such projects are crucial for, especially for our prelims and mains beta. Remember. Then come to the point of stock market closure is, of course, because of Ambedkar's Jayanti. It's closed yesterday. Then come to the point of this is beta. Now, social issues and personalities. Yes, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar's, of course, we have birth anniversary yesterday. That's on 14th of April, the great man's birthday it was. So B.R. Ambedkar was born on, this is what, of course, this 14th of April I mentioned this. The nation commemorated Dr. B.R. Ambedkar on his 136th birth anniversary. His contributions span constitutional law, social justice, and economic thought. But and I have taken 2 questions in objective point. In which year Ambedkar received, of course, the prestigious award? That's the top award in the civilian award, that is, you can say Bharat Ratna, in which year? That I'm going to ask you, that be ready for that. At the same time, the birth year of our wonderful Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, that also I'm going to ask. Please be ready. So, yes, of course, everything is that his vision emphasized equality, dignity, and inclusion, forming the foundation of India's democratic framework for mains this is what actually we are going to have this beta. Ambedkar is central to themes like social justice, constitutional morality, and affirmative action. There is a chance of asking this type of question. Please be ready. Then beta, disaster and internal security point is a very crucial one here. Chhattisgarh, and this is very unfortunate actually happened yesterday. That is very big disaster. Chhattisgarh boiler explosion. Chhattisgarh boiler explosion is of course a tragic boiler explosion in Shakti district of Chhattisgarh led to multiple fatalities and injuries. Such industries accidents highlight issues related to industrial safety standards, regulatory compliance, emergency response systems. Yes, beta. Government compensation and inquiry mechanisms reflect administrative accountability that's going on, of course. But the point is, you have to remember in which district it is. Shakti district of Chhattisgarh, remember, it's a boiler explosion. Then come to the point of culture and festivals here. This is India witnessed celebrations of multiple festivals yesterday. That's including Baisakhi, Vishu, Bohag Bihu, Putanadu. This is what you can say. Please, I'll repeat this. This is what little Putandu. Yes, Putandu and Pana Sankranti. These festivals mark regional New Year's and agriculture cycles reflecting India's cultural diversity. So, but I'm going to ask this Baisakhi in which state, like that, Putanadu is which state, that Bog Bihu in which state, that I can ask you in MCQs. Just verify it for some 2 seconds of time. And environment and energy point of view, this is last and final point for our discussion. Immediately I'll go for MCQs beta. Then please observe here, right, of course, MCQs have taken top now. Environment point of view, the emphasis on pumped storage plants and wildlife corridors indicates a policy shift towards balancing development with environmental sustainability. Such projects align with India's climate commitments and biodiversity conservation goals. So, of course, we are doing wonderful job. Even in India, in the world also, India is doing extraordinary job in this particular case. But now come to the point of here, MCQs. How can you say regarding the MCQs here? That's a major point. Please observe the point. And I can just even, I'll read the question, of course, but before my answer, of course, answer is there, but you better try to give your answer better. Just please, the point in this case is what? Infrastructure and energy point of view, which I've already told you. Delhi-Dehradun economic corridor passes through which are the following states? I told you 3 states, right? Option, in this case, we have 4. In the out of 4, which one? Delhi, UP, Haryana, Uttarakhand. Select this correct answer from these cases what? 1, 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 2 and 4. 1 and 3. Better you know the answer is what you can say. 1, 2 and 4 except Haryana. We can say it passes through UP, Delhi and Uttarakhand. Then second question, Beba. The Delhi corridor, Delhi-Dehradun corridor will reduce travel time to approximately, I told you already, the travel time reduced from 6+ hours to 2.5 hours. The option is C better. Then come to the point of question number 3. The corridor includes a special feature. This is very important point. Remember, the corridor includes a special feature to reduce human-wildlife conflict. What is it? That is underground tunnel, B, elevated wildlife corridor. Yes, a 12-kilometer elevated wildlife corridor is included. So that's the specialty of this one, please. Option B, correct answer better. And very important point, pumped storage plants. This is definitely you can expect this type of question, please. Pumped storage plants are primarily used for generating nuclear energy, storing excess electricity. I told you that. So because of whenever is needed, that will be, we can utilize that one. And whenever is, of course, when demand is less, they will be stored. And when demand is more, that automatically released. That's the point of piped storage plants, please remember. And this point is particularly for Tehri. Then come to the point here. Variable speed pumped storage plants help in increasing coal usage, improving grid stability, reducing rainfall, and eliminating transmission lines. Better option is B for this one, improving grid stability. In the point of Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam. So the Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam relates to women education. Now, women reservation in law legislatures. Yes, option is this one better. Legislatures, I told you that. In the union legislature is what you can say Lok Sabha. Especially for this case I'm talking. Of course, union legislature parliament, that you know that Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. But point is, now I'm talking of Lok Sabha seats increasing. At the same time, what you can say? Of course, in all state assemblies, that's the major point. We are going to have this one. The Women Reservation Bill is expected to be fully implemented by which year? That's in 2029. The year is, 2029 is correct answer, right? That's option B better. Which app allows citizens to view candidate affidavits in elections? This is a very fantastic question for our exam. That's you remember. It's of course in the polity concept, constitutional concept, or general awareness. You take of anything that. So very, very important point in this case is that which app allows citizens to view candidate affidavits in elections? Option A, DigiLocker. B. Umang, C. ECINET. This is the right answer for this question is C beta. Consider the following statements and you have two statements here and select the best one here. Now option 1, first statement is ECINET provides candidates details like assets and liabilities. It is managed by Election Commission. Which is correct? Yes, both are correct beta. You can get the whole information of that candidate of your area. Wherever of course you are living, that's your candidates. As you can see, throughout India information is available. Of course, all the candidates information is available, no doubt. But answer is now for this question, both answer is C. Then question number 10th beta. What is the 10th here? The term Lakpati Didi refers to women politicians, women entrepreneurs earning sustainable income. Yes. This is a major point, of course, supported with the government of India. Then come to the point of here. Who is said to become the first BJP Chief Minister of Bihar? I asked you the first question is this only. Nitish Kumar, Samrat Chaudhary, Ramvilas Paswan, Sushil Modi. Better answer is Samrat Chaudhary is the right answer. The first Chief Minister in the case of from BJP party. Then come to the point here. Bihar Legislative Assembly has how many seats actually? How many members? That is, we say 243 members are there, my dear. In the point of international relations, it's very important point. Please go to that one. Which country reportedly imposed a naval blockade on Iranian ports? Nonsense. USA. Option is C. Rohingya refugees are primarily from which place? Yes, Myanmar. People can say Myanmar also. Option is Myanmar. Not a problem for that is option B. The trawler incident in news occurred in Arabian Sea, Bay of Bengal, Andaman Sea. Better option is C, Andaman Sea, right answer. Economy point of view, and I think you know IMF stands for International Monetary Fund. International Monetary Fund. Then IMF projected India's growth rate approximately at 6.5%. Remember. B. Now social justice and personalities. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was born in which year? That's in 1891. Dr. Ambedkar was awarded Bharat Ratna in which year? That's in 1990, but I asked you these two questions. Now I think you got the answer for this one also. Then go to 19th question. Boiler explosion occurred in which state? That's very unfortunate, in Chhattisgarh, the Shakti district. I mentioned that. Cause of boiler explosion is mainly low pressure, high pressure steam failure. That's a problem here. Then beta, these four questions in the point of culture are very important. Cultural concept, art and culture, or you can say in the point of Indian culture. Very important point, please. Baisakhi is primarily celebrated in which state? That's in Punjab. Next, Putandu is New Year of which state? Yes, now I got the proper pronunciation, please. Putandu is New Year of Tamil Nadu, beta. Yes, now I'm sorry for the previous one of may not be pronounced properly that. Yes, Bohag Bihu is celebrated in which state? That's in Assam. Pana Sankranti is associated with which state? Is Odisha. And the point of environment, please. Elevated wildlife corridors help in what? Why that's 12 kilometers corridor is ultimately developed by this latest one, Dehradun, India, Delhi corridor. What is that? Because reducing animal movement, preventing human wildlife conflict, and increasing deforestation, improving mining. Better option C for this one, preventing human wildlife conflict. Pumped storage is important for. These are crucial questions. Of course, I asked you there, but it's very important now. Little different way. So option is renewable integration. Now, please observe here. Which ministry ensures fuel supply in India? No doubt option is B, petroleum and natural gas. Then maritime blockade violates of which law? That is law of sea. Then Uniform Civil Code relates to taxation or criminal law or personal laws. Yes, this is going to be article. Of course, we have 4444. Remember, we're expecting this Pakka Uniform Civil Code in this country within days of time. God bless. Let's come to the point here because every Indian should have the equal law. What's wrong in it? Then option is C. Then self-help groups are mainly for economic empowerment. C, right answer. Now consider the two statements here which is correct in this case. The question is consider following statements. Of course, pumped storage uses gravitational potential energy. It requires two reservoirs. But both are correct answer, please. Now I have covered all the MCQs in different way. Focus on those things. And not only just what, if you observe my only analysis, you can get something. But if you observe the complete lecture, you will get definitely different one better. Now the 32 is Strait of Hormuz lies between, that's Iran and Oman. Refugee crises are governed globally by United Nations HCR, right? Then come to the point here. Electoral affidavits include criminal cases, assets, educational qualifications, everything better. Option D, right answer. So this is what you call ECINET. Very definitely you can expect this question pakka. Then come to the point here. It is from which actually I have. Now come to the point. India's energy security depends heavily, and we have of course imports only. That's oil imports via sea, which is not a renewable energy storage method. Option A, pumped storage. It's a pakka, because just I told you that one. Batteries, and C, cold storage. D, hydrogen. Better option is cold storage is wrong one. Now, which festival marks solar new year? That is Baisakhi. Then Andaman Sea is part of Indian Ocean. Yeah, this is what you can say. Please, I have covered 38 questions and the news analysis also. Please share to this one. This video is very important. Share to the people, those who are preparing for any exam. This is very helpful, my youngsters. Have a great time. We'll meet with another video. Bye-bye, everybody. God bless you.